Bob. That's the thumbnail that Tenma would love to stare at. Tenma? I almost called her Thenma. I don't know why I said that. Thenma, please join us on this video. You will enjoy this. The ideal male body throughout history. Alright, I'm ready.
The creme de la creme of masculine beauty.
This was the world's most perfectly developed man in 1922. Today, it's called a dadbod.
What? That's a dadbod? Are we losing the plot over here? He has a six-pack. Are we fucking losing it, guys? I don't think guys are okay.
Today, it's called a dadbod.
That's what my dad looked like when he was like in his 20s. Like, there's photos of him like at the swimming pool and he looked like that. He's not ripped, but he's fit.
Over time, the idealized physique has changed. From
Jesus
bulky
Christ.
to fit, gangly to dumpy, flabby to enhanced. If we can make sense of some of the most bizarre trends throughout history, we can make predictions for the future and come closer to understanding what the ideal male body really means.
The ideal male body is whatever suits my fucking needs. That's what I need. Greek god!
A gleaming chest,
Ooh.
bright skin, broad shoulders, tiny tongue, strong buttocks, and a little prick was the ideal physique.
Little prick?
According to ancient Greeks. This was symbolic of someone more noble and civilized,
Little pee-pee.
as opposed to lustful and depraved.
Come on!
We need to go back. Yeah!
These traits can be seen in the Rhea's bronzes, the Discobolus, and the Laocoon Sun statue. Physical strength was celebrated. In the words of Socrates, it's a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable.
Ooh,
Probably why Greeks invented
deep.
the gymnasium, which translates to school for naked exercise.
That's probably why the Romans went so gagey, chat. You get hot too if you started having to be naked while you're working out and you're getting all sweaty and attractive. Yeah, getting all oiled up.
Masculinity
I don't blame
is about
him.
facing adversity head-on, whether mental or physical.
Yeah,
He
the
who's
Romans
only an
and the
athlete
Greeks.
is too much a savage. He who's only a scholar is too soft. The ideal citizen is a scholar-athlete.
Ooh. That's strong.
The man of thought and the man of action.
Smart and strong, not just smart and weak. Or strong and stupid.
In the Elizabethan age, intellectual power was more important than upper body strength, as this was associated with the peasants, who had to work manual jobs.
Yeah.
The upper class would wear angular clothing and raised heels, accentuating the only body part on display, the calves.
The legs,
In
yeah.
high society, men saw strong legs as a height of physical perfection. When he wasn't executing his wives, Henry VIII was posing for frightened painters, who portrayed him with massive calves.
Holy shit, he did not skip leg day, but we all know he's a fucking fat ass.
This look was clearly popular, with Shakespeare deciding to take it further,
I'm perfect,
flashing
chat,
his
look.
quads.
Bam! Bam! Bam!
As the middle class
perfect.
rose, the wealthiest, who travelled Europe for arts and fashion, became known as the flamboyant macaronis. Named after their love
Macaroni.
for the Italian dish. They would wear feminine
love
clothes,
macaroni.
tall hair, and were typically skinnier people. It was a statement of wealth, as they didn't need to engage in manual labour. They saw themselves as refined, witty, and socially important, with the Earl of Bristol's nephew reportedly wearing a photo of himself across his chest. But
Wearing a miniature painting of himself pinned to his chest. Dude! Now that's egoism!
But unfortunately,
That's
after
powerful.
public ridicule and attacks on hair powder, the trend died out.
Axe on hair powder.
Inspired by the powerful look of the past, Eugene Sandow built a physique through studying Greek statues. He was regarded as a
Holy.
celebrity and admired as a figure of masculinity, popularizing weightlifting. However, this was still a niche
Giga
look,
Chad.
and more of a circus act. The ideal physique for many was now actually a wide waist and sizable stomach.
Yeah, it means you're fat and you can eat a lot of Big Macs. You can afford a lot of Big Macs. You're not skinny.
A look that signaled wealth and social status, as it showed a man could afford lots of food. So the fat man's
See, this is what they don't want you to be, chat. They don't want you to have 10 Big Macs.
trend began, in which you had to be over 200 pounds and learn the secret handshake to join.
Yo, we need to bring this back! Members have to be at least 200 pounds, pay a fee, $1 fee to enter, and learn a secret handshake and password. Why don't we have that anymore? Now you just get shamed for being over 200 pounds.
Thought to be good-natured, I can't fight and I can't run, was their motto. A 1904 Boston Globe article described their arrival. The natives, who are mostly bony and angular, have stared with envy at the portly forms and rubicund faces which have arrived on every train. Clubs popped up in America and France, where men stuffed themselves with huge breakfasts and then headed
So it's not about McDonald's, it's about society! I fucking knew it. Fat people have been shamed for millennia.
out for friendly Olympic-style contests of strength and virility.
Believable. Holy.
However, as food became more accessible, fat became less desirable. 1920s Hollywood largely shaped the male body ideal.
John Wayne!
It was believed the camera added about 20 pounds to an actor's frame.
Wait until they hear about lenses and how you can change those out. Did they not know about wide-angle lenses and fisheyes and stuff like that? That's ridiculous. It's funny.
And many actors did their own stunts, so a slim athletic build became desirable.
Yeah,
The
true.
Hollywood icon body type was born in this era.
Wow,
Meanwhile,
Charles Atlas.
Marxists realized that emotion-invoking advertising
Low-key kind of reminds me of Henry Cavill's physique. Broad shoulders,
was highly
big
effective.
shoulders.
So they began publishing classics, such as I Could Never Fall in Love with a Skinny Man, Don't Be Half Man.
Oh my god.
Favorite is a story about a skinny guy with his girlfriend. A muscular man Hadoukens him in the face for being skinny. So he buys Charles Atlas's program. Also,
This is Andrew Tate! He's the olden day Andrew Tate! He bullied some guy by a book!
need to return to that same beach to knock the guy out. What a man.
What is it? Hustlers University? Yeah, that's it. This is Hustlers University. This is Big Man University. That's right.
At San Francisco, they found a tribe of strong, silent, and almost perfect
Holy
men.
moly, Tenma, look
Muscularity
away.
was becoming more popular, with better resources and information.
Oh my god, women touching him and shit.
However, the Hollywood lead
Dude, look
was
at their
still a lean,
traps.
muscular, healthy look, the likes of James Dean and Clark Gable. With more people owning televisions, a young
Elvis
Elvis Presley was
Presley.
idolized for his music, his physique, healthy and moderate. And in 1951,
Well, I wouldn't say healthy. Didn't he do a lot of drugs? Didn't he do a lot of drugs? Correct me if I'm wrong. Not at the end. Oh, in his older years? Okay, so he's young here. He didn't do drugs yet. Okay. Thank you.
the first ever diet and exercise program
Yeah, so he
aired.
was young.
Good morning, happy Monday morning to you. My name is Jack LaLanne. And
I
I'm
miss
here
this
for
shit.
one reason and one reason only, to show you how to feel better and look better so you can live longer.
The idea
I miss when TV, like even in like the early 2000s and late 2000s, they'd have like exercise little segments and there's like ladies running around and doing like hop, 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 boom, and they're like dancing around and shit. I don't know. I kind of liked it. It was fun.
ideal body type was healthy and athletic.
Look at those nipples.
However,
Wow,
with
look
various
at his
wars brewing
nippies.
and the rising popularity of competitive sports, there was a massive push for the development of performance enhancements that would change everything. My internet
Uh-oh.
history while making this video became increasingly
That's a good segue for the ad. I'm not gonna lie.
suspect. To prevent judgment while
Are you
compiling hundreds
gay?
of photos of shirtless men, I did my
That's so
screen
hot.
and made sure I was using today's sponsor, NordVPN.
It's okay. You'd still be
Now,
shamed if
you
you
can
were a
use a
girl.
VPN to change your
It's
internet
fine.
location, so you can watch shows and movies which aren't available in your country. But this never convinced me to sign up. I learned about the true benefits of a VPN the hard way when I was a student. One way or another, someone gained
Student.
access to my IP address, and I was
Why
hit
are
with
you
DDoS
gay?
attacks, which basically kept locking me out of using the internet. It was a massive pain, So for the last few years,
Wow.
I've been using the best VPN on the market, NordVPN, which allows you to safely browse the internet. So if you want to privately make collages of shirtless men, you can. But that's at home or in a foreign hotel.
I have nothing
Which,
to
by the way,
hide.
you might be able to save money on by setting your location to the place before you travel. This stops price discrimination, so you can save on flights, hotels, and rentals. A VPN is something I recommend everyone get if you can, especially if you use public Wi-Fi's. And you can get access to a big discount if you use my link in the description.
Big.
It's also risk-free, with a 30-day
Like
free trial,
me.
so there's nothing to lose by trying it out. A lot goes into making these videos, so thanks to Nord for making this possible. Before steroids would explode in popularity, the Vietnamese War largely divided America,
This was a big
which sparked a
deal.
countercultural wave. The slim physique
Yeah, for the
represented
movement.
a rejection of the previous generation's more traditional masculinity.
And so I think that a generation of kids which says we don't care about your concepts of cleanliness is a revolutionary generation.
Instead of strength and conformity, the counterculture embraced
Dirty
ideas of
hippies.
freedom.
It's unironically like why people call them dirty hippies. Derogatory, by the way. Derogatory dirty hippies.
Non-conformity,
Because they're
and natural living.
nasty.
Influenced by movements like hippie culture, anti-war protests, and the rise of rock stars like Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan, David Bowie, and Hendrix. But traditional masculinity was still prominent in Hollywood, with action stars including Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, and Clint Eastwood.
Oh, Clint Eastwood, man. Dude, this movie is insane.
Not really easy to like, something you know nothing about.
With a more muscular Steve
Yeah,
Bruce,
watch this!
featuring as a Herculean character in many Hollywood films.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Joe Weider took Charles Atlas's advertising,
Look at his
The Next
freaking
Level,
arms.
featuring
Jesus.
bodybuilding champions, to sell fitness products, and he was about to meet an Austrian that would make him a fortune.
Arnold Schwarzenegger! Oh my god! Arnold!
You son of a bitch.
Yeah!
Popularized by iconic figures like Arnold
Rambo.
Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, bodybuilding and pumping iron
Holy.
became mainstream, with chemically enhanced physiques perceived as the epitome
He did
of
a lot
masculine
of
perfection.
drugs. He
With more
did.
people taking performance enhancements, shows like wrestling became more popular, featuring insanely muscular people, with the likes of Hulk Hogan,
Hulk
Brutus
Hogan.
Beefcake,
Hogan.
The Ultimate Warrior, Rocky Johnson, and
And you know what's really sad is that a lot of these people took drugs, performance enhancing drugs, and they always said they regret it. Like Arnie said that he regretted taking them.
Lex Luger. Other male
Yeah.
icons included Chuck Norris, the Batman, and Superman, with Bruce Lee
Superman.
still incredibly popular for his impressive martial arts displays and lean physique.
Ooh.
As bodybuilders began chasing more and more mass,
Oh my
this mainstream appeal
God.
faded. The effects of steroid abuse became more well known, so the idealized physique became less extreme in comparison to the golden era of bodybuilding. Hollywood leads included Keanu Reeves, DiCaprio, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, and perhaps most representative of the idolized
But I have to note this, that even though it's more healthy to not do drugs, they still starve themselves a lot. These Hollywood actors specifically.
male body, Brad Pitt from
And
Fight Club.
dehydrated themselves.
More attention was focused on the male body in advertising, such as with Mark Wahlberg's campaign with Calvin Klein.
No, the best protection against AIDS is to keep your Calvins on.
The number
How?
of male cosmetic procedures
Jesus!
increased
Yeah, you're right.
256% from 1997 to 2001.
Keep it in your
While the
pants,
paid
Chad.
circulation of Men's Health went from 250,000 in 1990 to more than 1.5 million in
Wow.
1997,
That's a lot.
hinting at a new trend. With the rise of social media
Z's.
sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and forums, the aesthetic era arose.
Oh my
More
God, it's
emphasis on
Z's,
leanness and
it's
proportions
him!
as opposed to sheer mass.
Fucking Z's,
Championed
bruh.
by the likes of Z's and the aesthetic crew, which spawned a wave of fitness influencers, but this somehow became normal. Gymshark formed, and they would sponsor the most idolized younger men in the bodybuilding social media industry. For me, this is where my goal moved from Ronaldo to fitness influencers, as I quit the sports I
Lord.
enjoyed to spend more time in the gym. Hollywood included more muscular actors, such as Chris Hemsworth, The Rock, Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, and Hugh Jackman. Even action figures were being produced with more muscle. There was clearly a demand for increased muscularity. And this shift was further demonstrated with the remake of Baywatch, and films like Twilight, which began portraying more muscular teenagers.
Oh yeah, it's muscular teenagers.
Popular influencers began photoshopping their photos to have more extreme proportions so they could stand out on social media. And for some mystical reason,
that is body dysmorphia for sure. I do feel bad. Again, Z's was a good... He wasn't a great role model in the sense that, like, he did make a lot of kids do steroids. And he did pass away, but I do think there's a wave after his passing that realized that what he was doing was bad, and he ultimately died from that.
Fitness influencer became synonymous with self-obsessive, dishonest, and narcissistic, kickstarting a new trend.
It's
social media,
popularized by celebrity figures such as Chris Pratt, DiCaprio, and Seth Rogen, which many believe represents a more approachable form of masculinity that balances attractiveness with the demands
of looks fine.
Daily life.
Looks great. Not fat. There's nothing wrong with a little gut.
Prominent actors such as Zac Efron and The Rock bulked up even more.
Oh my
with
god.
Chris Hemsworth achieving his peak physique.
Oh my god, it's blood!
Too hard, damn it!
Reality TV shows such as Love Island featured more muscular physiques.
Dude.
Meanwhile, on social media, influencers were being more open about their performance-enhancing drug use. It's now not unusual for teenagers to be sharing their steroid cycles.
Bro, he's huge. Chat, I don't... No offense, I'm sure it's a nice dude, but he's not attractive. I'm sorry. He looks like a freaking roided up cow. Like a big old cow, you know? taking Trent, the cow roids.
Just to be sharing their steroid cycles.
Oof.
With performance enhancements such as SARMs and testosterone more accessible than ever before. Yet, many Hollywood lead actors still displayed fit, widely achievable body types, from more androgynous builds to athletic. And it became a lot more apparent what a lot of people meant when they were referring to a dad bod.
Can you rate this guy's physique to me, then?
That is not a dad bod. What are we smoking? What?
When many people think of dad bods, they're referring to a bodybuilder in the off-season, or James Bond.
I think the dad bod's very attractive in my opinion.
That's what you mean?
But that's what I mean, is that they don't understand the work that they put into it.
A dad bod?
Immediately no. Yeah, no, see, I like that.
That's not a dad bod. Look at his freaking neck.
Dad bod? That's not, I think it's a dad bod.
Even the world's most perfectly developed man from the early 20th century would be mocked if he had an Instagram. Adonis himself would not be fit to play most superheroes, and Arnold too fat to win Mr. Olympia today.
Male body dysmorphia is on track to overtake female body dysmorphia within the next few decades.
This shifts.
I believe that. I think taking roids is very normalized. I've talked to some men online, like in video games, and I've heard conversations of people normalizing and thinking that it's okay to take drugs. I know it's scary. I in the past, like, you'd be in a call with like a guild doing a raid run, and these guys are like, yeah, I need to work out more. I need to start taking Trent or like whatever, like some drug or something. And then you tell them that it's not okay and that it's unhealthy, and they're like, but I want to like get bigger, and it's like, but you don't need to get that big. Like, it's not healthy. It's not good for you. You could die.
Ultimately driven by what the mass market wants to see. It looks cool, but as a side effect, there's a growing disconnect between what most men and women find ideal.
Horrible.
Menno Helmsman put out a poll to his audience of mostly serious lifting men and women.
Okay.
And you can see that the men typically chose more muscular physiques, while the women only preferred muscle up to a certain point.
You can see that women prefer a decently muscular build, but when you get to like bodybuilder level with...
That's dysmorphia. That's the same girls that think that having a little bit of fat around your tummy is like disgusting. It's the same mentality. People don't realize, some people don't realize how much men and women have in common when they're growing up as teenagers and as a young adults. It's like, you can, the other gender finds you attractive for having like a little bit of tummy fat as a woman or a man. It's not the end of the universe. You don't need to have like a freaking, your ribs and your rib cage sticking out.
Super high muscle definition, the ratings taper off precipitously.
Another study found that men from 3 different countries believed the body with 30 more pounds of muscle than themselves was ideal, while the pilot study found that actual women preferred an ordinary male body. This is by no means to put you off going to the gym, just to stress, it doesn't take TRT to achieve the mainstream ideal physique, and the ideal is subjective, so trying to reach it for the approval of others is a losing game.
I don't think that Brad Pitt in Fight Club is a great example of ideal male physique. He was extremely dehydrated during those shots that they had to take, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it definitely does look like that he's really dehydrated.
Yet, you may have noticed that a healthy body has always been respected, and fluctuations away from healthy are never as much about the body as the character traits they signify, whether that's an ability, a more carefree nature, or ambition. This is why I now simply do the sports I enjoy, with more of an emphasis on performance, because trends will come and go, but strong values, health, and mastery are timeless.
That's right.
If you enjoyed
Be a
this
strong
video,
scholar,
I'd love your
chat.
help. In the description there's a link to a Google form where you can request future videos and give some feedback that'll help me a lot with some future videos I'm working on. If you want to explore the negative consequences of the recent body ideal trends, watch this video next. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll have to go delete my search history.
Hey, be open about your research, man. It's not that bad googling a bunch of naked men, okay? It's not that bad. Guys, go check him out. Josh Pratt. Very nice. Very cool video. I like that. I like that guy. I like that guy. Just type no homo. Yeah, if you were typing naked men in the 1950s, just Google no homo afterwards, and you'll be fine. You'll be okay.